The JuicyFields story didn't start with numbers, contracts, or business plans. It started with smoke.
Money, money, green. Started with a dream. Now we getting rich now, I mean. Money, money, green. Straight out of Medellin. Grown as a motherfucking team. Money, money, green. It all started with a dream. Getting rich in a rush now, I mean. Money, money, green. Straight out of Medellin. Grown as a motherfucking team. Money, money, green.
The kind that fills a room when someone is trying to hide something. A slow, sweet haze that blurs the truth just enough to make you believe what you want to believe. JuicyFields mastered that art. They didn't pitch investments, they lit a fuse. A stylish cloud of promises, rising higher and higher until thousands of people were standing in the fog, convinced they were watching a new industry take shape, when in reality, they were watching one of the most brilliantly disguised scams burn right in front of them. JuicyFields marketed itself like the apple of cannabis. Clean branding, beautiful graphics, a website so smooth you felt richer just scrolling. They called investors e-growers, digital farmers in a futuristic botanical empire. For as little as $50, you could buy a virtual cannabis plant and watch it grow through sleek dashboards and carefully curated updates. In a few months, your plant would mature, be harvested, and you'd receive returns so high they almost defied physics. 30%, 40%, sometimes even over 60% profit in just 90 days. People didn't just invest, they bragged. Screenshots flooded Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook groups. Influencers waved wads of cash. JuicyFields booths appeared at cannabis expos beside real, legitimate medical cannabis companies. They showcased partner farms, posted drone shots of fields glowing in the sun, and live-streamed your plants growing. It felt modern. It felt revolutionary. And best of all, it felt safe. But behind the slick website and digital greenhouses, warning signs flickered like faulty neon lights. Some investors started asking simple questions. How could cannabis farms generate such massive returns so quickly? Why did photos of their supposed plantations look suspiciously similar to pictures found elsewhere online? Why did the team behind the brand appear and disappear like ghosts? And most importantly, how did a company promising hundreds of millions in cannabis sales have nearly no regulatory oversight? Still, the early payouts kept coming. That's the magic trick of every great scam. When the first wave of investors got their returns, chests out, screenshots posted, referrals pouring in, the illusion grew larger, more invincible, more believable. And every time a payout hit someone's bank account, trust deepened. The psychological hook sank in. If it worked for them, it will work for me. By mid-2021, JuicyFields was exploding. Thousands joined weekly. WhatsApp groups grew into massive ecosystems. Some people even quit their jobs to become full-time e-growers. Money poured in from Germany, Spain, France, the US, Nigeria, South Africa. Everywhere the internet could reach. The more people invested, the more others felt pressured not to miss out. FOMO was the engine. Greed was the fuel. Then came the collapse. In July 2022, without warning, JuicyFields pulled the plug. Logins froze. Withdrawals stopped. Social media accounts vanished. Employees went silent. Investors stared at blank screens, refreshing pages that never loaded. The company released a bizarre message claiming they had been hacked. Days later, they claimed the management team had quit. After that, nothing. The once booming e-growing empire evaporated. Panic spread globally. Telegram groups turned into crisis centers. Thousands begged for answers, hoping the freeze was temporary. But investigators quickly realized the truth. JuicyFields was not an innovative cannabis company. It was one of the most spectacular Ponzi schemes in the history of the cannabis industry. More than 186,000 investors were affected. Losses climbed toward a staggering $645 million. People who had invested life savings, borrowed money, pawned property, all were left with absolutely nothing. And the masterminds, they vanished into the digital fog. But the story didn't end there. In April 2024, after months of cross-border investigations, Europol launched Operation Stoner, a massive international crackdown involving officers from 11 countries. Police executed over 38 raids, seized luxury cars, watches, real estate, cryptocurrencies, and millions stored in hidden accounts. 9 individuals with ties to the scheme were arrested. Authorities linked parts of the operation to networks in Russia and other regions known for sophisticated cyber-enabled fraud. The deeper investigators dug, the clearer the full picture became. This wasn't just a scam. It was a masterpiece of digital manipulation, psychological engineering, and cyber exploitation. Fake partnerships, stolen images, identity masking, shell companies scattered across continents, and highly coordinated digital marketing tactics all merged to create the illusion of legitimacy. And at the center of it all was the same vulnerability that drives almost every major financial scam in the digital age. People trusted what they saw online without verifying where it came from. JuicyFields didn't just trick investors. It demonstrated how fragile digital trust can be. How easy it is for criminals to build sophisticated online ecosystems that feel real, that look real, and that ultimately destroy lives. Today, the JuicyFields scandal has become a global case study, a warning siren, a reminder that in an era where investments, identities, and opportunities are all digital, scams have evolved too. They're smarter, faster, flashier, and they use the same tools legitimate companies use: data tracking, ads, influencers, well-designed websites, and AI-driven marketing. And here's the uncomfortable truth. This is just one scam out of thousands emerging every year. Which brings us to you and your digital safety. If JuicyFields taught the world anything, it's that cybersecurity isn't just about hacking or passwords. It's about protection from manipulation, fraud, digital deception, identity spoofing, and financial traps disguised as opportunities. It's about spotting red flags before they burn your bank account. It's about securing your data before someone weaponizes it. And most importantly, it's about getting ahead of cyber-enabled scams before you become the next headline. That's where a modern cybersecurity partner becomes essential, not optional. Companies like Cannabis specialize in the exact type of digital threat prevention that could have exposed the JuicyFields scam long before it collapsed. With advanced threat monitoring, fraud detection systems, cyber intelligence tools, and real-time risk assessments, Cannabis helps individuals, creators, entrepreneurs, and businesses detect suspicious activity, fraudulent platforms, fake investment schemes, phishing networks, and digital impersonation before damage occurs. Because in this era, the best defense isn't reacting after the scam hits, it's seeing it before it even touches you. So if you're someone who handles money online, runs a business, invests digitally, or simply wants to stay protected in a world filled with cyber predators hiding behind polished websites, this is the moment to take your safety seriously. Visit Cannabis.com and get equipped with tools designed to keep you and your financial world secure. In a digital landscape where scams evolve constantly, Cannabis helps you stay 2 steps ahead. Because the JuicyFields saga didn't happen in a vacuum. It happened in a world where cybersecurity wasn't taken seriously enough. Let it be a lesson, and let your next step be protection.